It's Week 18 of the National Football League. And the spot tackles this season from his spot in the secondary. It's the Steelers and the Rams. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday, so it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for their lives. They need to win Week 18 or else their season's going to end. And then on the complete opposite side, you got guys making plans for the offseason, figuring out where they're going on vacation. Week 18 is a tricky thing around the league. A lot of division games, a lot of interesting matchups. And we're just wrapping up stage one of what is an unbelievable NFL season.
The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
When you take a quick look at the box, you'd think, okay, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They clearly won the game, but it wasn't the case. And what that tells me is they're just not getting enough contribution from the entire team. He had a really nice day. Some things that he still needs to clean up, but can they get better balance on the offensive side of the ball? And then, frankly, they need to make more plays on defense and get more contribution out of the special teams. This can't just be a team that puts all the pressure on the quarterback position and says, hey, go out every week and just win us the game by yourself.
They'll run it for the first time with Najee. That's it. Third down and 9. In motion comes Beckham. Throw it on third down, Stafford. That's pulled in, Najee Harris. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. So it's 4th down, punting time. Ethan Evans to do the honor. Calvin Austin, deep for the Steelers. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
Second and 7. Back to throw. He's got a man down the field. It's Austin. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Steeler first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
Mike, anytime you're preparing to play a quarterback like this, the defense has to be prepared to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, we can see clearly why he is such a threat with his legs.
They'll run the toss. Here's Pollard. He brings this to about the 26-yard line. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. Here's 2nd and 9. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call.
That penalty is declined.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The motion man is Nakua. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Harris. And he'll take this up, working towards the 1st down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Harris. And he's going to have 1st down yardage. Tackle made at about the 27.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Harris. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
They'll give it to Harris again. And he'll get about 4 to the 29. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Here's Stafford. Now a screen set up for Harris. Now he's loose at the 40. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
This one complete to Washington. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On play action, he'll set, and they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
The second down throw is incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt falls incomplete. Now to make matters worse, you got to operate in third and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
And out of bounds, but in business. They're going to have it first and goal inside the 5. A big play there on the scramble. 55 yards on the game.
That's about as electric as it gets for the quarterback position. There's just frankly not a lot of guys in the league that are capable of making such a play. You could see when he turned into a runner, there was an extra gear in there, and when he was all said and done, he sets up first and goal.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Puka Nacua and this Rams offense come back onto the field. We'll see how much run he gets here in the final weekend as he comes into play, the NFL's leader in receptions. Set to go now on 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Out of the gun, Stafford. It's complete. He's got caught. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Stafford now to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
By Alex Highsmith. It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 39-yard line.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They run it over center with Harris. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he enters the final weekend on top of the league in rushing yards by a quarterback. He has been dynamic all season long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to run it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. He's been elusive in this first half. Look at those rushing numbers for him. Defense definitely going to have to find a way to keep him in check. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
Finds room inside the 40. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now this time they'll look to throw. Now he takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. That taken in by Connor Hayward. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Mike, did you see how hyped the sideline got after that run after catch? I thought the bench was going to run out onto the field to celebrate. He refused to go down on 1st contact and 2nd contact, for that matter.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that one.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down. Like, I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him, and they're eventually able.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
So often these defenses come into the game, Mike, and when they build their pass defense plan, there's tight ends, there's receivers. There's so many weapons that these offenses around the league have at their disposal. It could be easy sometimes to not account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what happened here. Easy throw, get it into the hands of one of the most dynamic guys on the field, and let them do the rest after the catch, and he takes it in for a touchdown.
Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and through, and the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense and Puka Nacua getting set for this next possession. As we head into this final stretch of games, take note. He comes into this one leading the NFL in receiving yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. Ball out safely and results in a completion.
Stafford now on first down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there, and it'll bring up second down. Give up the middle to Harris. And he'll bring this across midfield as this drive is taking shape. A gain of 7 on that one.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Stafford now on third down. A pass taken in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
You got to give credit to the defensive coordinator here. He went into attack mode, had a great blitz planned for this fourth down situation, disrupted the timing of the offense, and the quarterback had nowhere to go. He flushes out of the pocket to keep the play alive, and they're able to chase him down, force the sack, force the turnover on downs.
The Steelers offense and running back Tony Pollard going to take over once again. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. On first down, they'll run it on the draw. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
Roman Wilson was the intended target. Now it's going to be third down. He'll look to throw. He'll try to run for it. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. That escape ability on display. As you can see, the rushing total now over 100 yards from the quarterback position. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. In the red zone now. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
Remember what this defense told us in our meetings this week, Mike. They don't think that they're necessarily going to be able to just stifle this offense play after play. They might have to give a little bit of bend, but they can't break. That sack, that is the defense not breaking. Down there near your own goal line, come away with the big play to see if they can keep points off the board.
They'll look to throw. He'll go right and find his running back.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal, as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3. They'll run here. It's Pollard. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 2nd touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 21-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Rams offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
A big loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
One final throw before the break. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Nick Chubb has a touchdown run. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Will Levis with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. in that game all square as they take on the visiting Seahawks. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work about the 28-yard line. Steelers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing now from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
20-yard pickup there. That's a Steeler first down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Pollard. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
He's going to keep it himself. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll run the toss. Here's Pollard. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's going to tuck it and go. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary. But then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short. But not until after he's...
And he's got another one. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Steelers. His big game continues. 3 touchdowns in this one, and now 15 for the year.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and You can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 3. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Rams offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us, and we'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide, out of bounds, incomplete.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off, and now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on one or two of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. In motion comes Beckham. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Pollard. And he's trying to turn the corner, but will not do it. Brought down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now they'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Off he goes. Ho-ho. And they will finally get him down, but not before he's able to take this up near the 40-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that time, the pressure, too much. He'll go down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams are able to cut into the deficit. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Austin now to return this. And he'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he's up past the 35. Got a 1st down. Putting down at the 37.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He keeps it himself. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up. There's nowhere to go with the ball. And next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10, and they give it to Pollard. He'll take this down to the 47. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. That long one's going to bring them 1st and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he will score again. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, It obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. In motion comes Beckham. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up. To the air again. Stafford. That's taken in by Higbee. And he's going to have the first down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards.
Still 3rd down.
3rd and very long. Stafford to throw again. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
second and 6.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. This one complete to Hayward. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to run it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line.
First and goal.
They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's first and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up first and goal.
A run on first and goal. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Steelers. He has come alive after the break. His third touchdown of the second half. On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense ready to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Out of the gun, Stafford. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. And right about now, they might be thinking, are we sure we want an off week next week? They're going to head into the bye with momentum as they try to polish this one off. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
This is what kill drives, force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll run. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Off play action. He'll set up. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him. And instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Now on fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
He fields it at the 8. Oh, yeah. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. The ball comes out. And this is taken in by the defense. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football as they try to finish things off here in the 4th, and that current 5-game win streak looks like it's about to become 6. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. Crazy. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll look to run with Pollard. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration. And that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but...
good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Boswell now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Steelers stretch things out even further.
Rams 14. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 25-yard line.
Second down, it's Stafford. A throw over the middle, it's Odell. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Back to throw is Stafford. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
Now, faking the give. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds. They mark him up near the 35-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now this time they'll look to throw. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off. But not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays. And they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He runs with it. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 21. Good for a Steeler 1st down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one's decided. Not sure if they needed to take the timeout, but take it with them. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. He'll run again. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They finish off the regular season with some momentum, and they'll wait with bated breath to find out who they're going to play next week in the wild card round. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.